right. You ready? We're going to rapid fire you some questions.
Okay, I'll try not to ramble, but yes, stop me.
Is your phone charged?
Oh, it's funny you say that. No. No, I'm on 23%.
I was going to say, I bet it's on 22%.
Oh my God. It is! It is!
Oh!
Oh
no. Can I come back? Is there not like a thing here you can go like, what is it? Yeah, chat. Can I like upload a... My God, I'm so techie. Oh, fuck it. I'll send it to you afterwards. But yes, you're right. It's 22%.
Oh, Tom.
Meant to be.
All right. So, big question. What made you decide on these particular 5 songs for the EP?
They were the ones that I had recorded, really. And they were ones that I was gonna do over again and again and again, and never got around to it. So, and actually, the longer I spent away from them, the more I was just happy with the way they were. But some of them go back. I want to say, yeah, like Luster was written in Vancouver and recorded there. So that's when I met Derek like 3 years ago. So it's been hanging around for a while. I think I was waiting for someone to come along and like, do something different with them, but I'm really happy with the way they are. So I wanted to get them off my chest.
You want to go next, Laurie?
Yeah, sure. What song are you most excited to perform in front of other people?
Oh, I didn't think about that. I never really thought anyone was going to listen. Well, I didn't think about people listening to it, really. It was all a very selfish endeavour on my part, just to sort of get rid of them. But, I suppose, yeah, maybe Luster. Because it's a bit more like you can actually hear what's going on. It'd be very funky to have a band and do a whole... Well, I don't have a band at the moment, so it'd just be me beatboxing in the middle of it. So, but yeah, probably that one.
You could get like the kit for the one-man band thing.
Yeah, I always wanted that with the hi-hat on your head.
Yeah.
With the harmonica.
Yeah. You know what? I wanted that as my first album cover. I wanted that just to be the one-man band. Just a picture of me, like, dressed in the most ridiculous one-man band, strings coming out of my elbows, and never go around it.
That leads very nicely into my question, which is, how did you choose the cover photo for your EP?
It was incredibly lazy on that front, really. It was just a photo that I had, I guess, and I was mucking around with that what was the app I did it with? What was it? Prequel? Derek got me on the Prequel. And yeah, that made the most sense, really. Who was it the other day? I was with a musician. I forget who it was now. They were like, why didn't you do something proper? Because if you look close, it's pretty mixed mashed. Oh, down to 20. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think of it? I mean, I know it's a bit half-assed, but I wanted something with my face on it, really.
Good. I think it's very you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the next one will be better. We're going to get bigger and better, but I just didn't want to procrastinate. I just knew the more and more you go down this road of like, oh, someone's going to help me do this, someone's going to master it. The only song that's actually mixed and mastered, not even mastered, the only song that's even mixed is YoOHoO. The rest is just done by me. So like, I was just waiting on people to mix it because it just sounds so much better. But in the end, I was just like, fuck it, you're gonna have to just do this, otherwise we're gonna be here forever. You've been waiting long enough, I thought.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I think I combined a couple. What do you think of all the different translations that your fans did of all the songs? And then would you ever be able to record one of your own in another language?
I actually have done that. I've done YoOHoO in German. French. Italiano. No, I haven't. It's another. I mean, I was amazed by it, and thank you for all your help collating them, putting them all together. It's pretty cool. I mean, you were the OGs of actually caring about what the lyrics were in songs. I think you cared more than I did. You certainly remembered more than I did. So it's nice to see that can be used as a way of bringing other like countries into the felt force. I also think, yeah, it's pretty cool that the words are quite irreverent to me. It's just sort of just there in a minute, really. And now they've been translated, it's kind of cool to see what the translations mean to other cultures and other bits and pieces like that. But another reminder that I do have some of the best fans in the world. It's really, it's really cool. It's working with other artists or actors that have a decent following or whatever. Miss Ashley Green, for one of them. When she was winding me up on set, being like, "Oh, I'm going to set the twihards on you," or whatever it was, I thought, "Oh yeah, you don't know, you fucking." And she came back an hour later and said, "See," and it was whatever, it was 80-20% that she would win. And then the Felton ladies came out in full force, and it's just a reminder of how much support I have and how dope the fans are.
I was pretty impressed by the number of different translations that we got. I mean, like,
yeah.
Wow.
How many did we get? I mean, what was the furthest afield we went?
Oh my gosh.
All over.
I know. I don't even. It was so many different ones.
Europe in particular.
I call on the new on the software that I'm using to distribute the music. It gives you a list. I've got the top 100 countries list, and there are even 100 countries. I forget. There's loads of them at the bottom that I've never heard of before, but I'll get some screen grabs for you.
That'd be great.
What do you find to be the hardest part of your writing process?
Finishing.
It's so true.
Forgetting is the main one. I literally have 100 voice notes in the last month that I think 20 of them would be good. I completely forget about them. So what I do is, instead of saying like note 345, I change it and write something bizarre. I try to find something that'll catch my eye, like crocodile shampoo or something ridiculous. So when I see it, I go, "Huh, what's that?" Or an animal emoji. Now I've started to list my songs off like that. So yeah, it's not really. It's forgetting and finishing. It's also like finding something else in the same song. Like you'll be playing something and then you'll find something else and you go, "Oh, what about that?" Or you'll change the rhythm of it and then you forget the original part. I'm actually trying to do a new thing. You know the Beatles. You've heard of them, right? They definitely wouldn't have the phone recorder thing. They would have just played it and keep playing and playing and playing and playing and playing it till it was so ingrained in their head they probably didn't even need to write it down. Whereas I say one lyric and I'm like, push the record button, I forgot. So that's my panic state regarding making music.
Nice.
Well, on making notes on music, would you ever consider releasing like chords or sheet music so people could do their own version?
I mean, again, that's one of these things. I think who on earth would want that? But yeah, I mean, I'd love it. Maybe like a tutorial. I don't know. Have you got many requests for such a thing?
Yes, a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Well, maybe it's best if I. Well, what is the best way? Because I feel like writing it down in chords is not. It's not that easy for me to do. I can put it in tab music, I suppose. Maybe I should just do short videos and then give them to you and then let you figure them out.
Yeah, we'll just learn guitar.
Yeah, triple F hard to mine.
Take it on that.
I did play a little bit, not very well with these, but
lazy. It's just laziness. I'm kidding. I would. Yeah, I would happily do that. Yeah, those could be good with the right hand, not so good with the left. Yes, always look on the right side of the key, Tom. Something around there. Oh, babe, look on the white side of life. I would like to do a bunch of covers. That'd be fun. I've got like a whole bunch of those.
I'm up
Yes.
I'm here for the Monty Python cover. Absolutely, yes.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
This morning in my playlist, while I was getting ready, One of These Days came on, and I was like, "Oh, I love that one."
I would love to go back and re-record all of those ones. Even that one. So I will find an answer. One of these, I will take my chance to fly away. Yeah, I'll just fly away. Yes, I just have to remember how the verses go, but.
Well, I still want to hear "In My Arms."
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. All right, I'll work on it for you.
So speaking of favorites, is there a song that you sing to Willow all the time that she loves?
She's just like, food? Food? Is that food? No, Willow, it's a song. I don't think she's much of an appreciator, to be fair. She's always, what she does, you see, like, behind me here, she puts a snoot here and does this.
Oh, she's like, stop playing and pay attention to me, Dad.
Stop playing, pal. Look at me. I'm so pretty. Speaking of which, my brother, the brother whose birthday it was last night, his dog, Bo, who's this, like, fox red lab, she's pregnant. She's got 10 days left before, like, 8 little baby Labradors come out.
Oh my God! Is Willow gonna get a sibling?
I don't know. I'm toying with the idea, but I think if I do that, it means that I can't go like I can't work really for the next. Well, I can't work on abroad for the next like 3 months, which could be cool. Maybe a break's good. Work on some more tunes.
But then she'd have a sibling when you went places.
I know that is true. We were having a debate. My brother was like, "Wouldn't Willow get jealous?" And I was like, "Yeah, she would actually, furiously. But she would love to have a best buddy to play with." You make me think it's a good idea. Okay, well, if that happens, I'm gonna have to have we'll have to do a comp for name choices.
Birch.
What? Birch?
Birch. Willow. Birch. Tree.
Oh, pardon me. Are you Aaron Birch, sir?
Oh, funny. It
was great, by the way. I saw it 2 nights ago. I was just crying the whole way through.
How many times is
that? 8. But 3 different casts, so it's always a bit different.
Well, come on. When are you going to be King George?
Well, funny you say that, actually. I was pushing... So the person who got me the ticket, because they were bastard to find, he knows the manager of the show. It's going to be a while. It will definitely be in years to come. I'm hoping in about 5 years I'll be ready for it, somewhere around there.
You should come and join the Australian cast.
That's too long.
Well,
we need a trip.
I won't lie as well. When I saw them, I thought, I could do it better than this one. I think I'd be more regal.
I need to see you do those parts.
Yes.
Insane. Yes. It'll be fun. It's on the cards for sure.
Good.
Although I'm sure you've noticed, maybe probably all 3 combined, that I never sing, when I do sing it, I never sing it with the right lyrics or the right chorus of the right thing. I more or less just make it up as I go along.
Yeah.
So I probably have to learn
probably would be frowned upon in the actual show.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm just going to freestyle.
It's what the real King George would have done.
I was going to say, in your defense, the real King George would probably act just like that.
Yes. Fuck it. Yeah. These American bastards. Yeah, one day.
Oh.
All right, Laurie,
you. I think.
Oh, I thought Betsy was next. Or did you ask one?
I asked one.
I asked one a while ago.
I've lost track. All right, what drives your creativity?
Well, you girls do a fairly good job. That helps. No, actually, you guys make me want to keep doing it. No, just like you'll be back. Like going to see stuff like that, going to see shows. I come back and I just can't stop. As soon as I come back from musical theatre and stuff like that, I always wonder, like, you know, I was thinking this the other day because I haven't been there for a while. Like, I'm basically bawling the whole way through. Even when I think about it now, I can get a bit teary. And I don't know what that's really about. Is it the memory of the show, watching it again? Is it like the fact that it's live? And it's not just like crying when Philip dies or something sad. It's like when the three boys meet each other. Who is this? Who are you? I'm like, Hercules, man, like. So, and I think that's part of the reason that I love the arts so much, because it definitely means something. Because I don't usually start bawling in the middle of anything else. But it can happen with football. This year with the World Cup, like I remember that on the semi-final, I think I was in the shower listening to "It's Coming Home, It's Coming," which is our little like song football anthem, and I'm just crying in the shower, 10 in the morning. It's coming home finally.
So I do tend to feel like the older you get, the more emotional about smaller things you get. Because I wasn't this emotional as a kid, but I totally am now.
Mm-hmm. I like to think. I think that's a healthy zone, because I think it can go the other way quite a lot, where kids are more reactionary or whatever as a youngster, and then as they get older, it's sort of like, well, no, nothing can entertain me anymore. And they get skeptical and they feel awkward around someone who's performing. There's always I mean, you wouldn't understand this, ladies, but there's a British thing, you know, someone. So we did this video for my brother's birthday. His girlfriend suggested it. We basically did, you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, born in well, we all just wrote a verse each. And like dressed as gangster rappers, and we made this video, and we made him watch it in front of all of his friends and all of his family in the middle of his cricket game, and he's just sitting there like squirming. He absolutely hates it. So it's a very British trait to see when someone's vulnerable enough to perform, especially something a bit silly, they sort of retract into their shell very quickly. So yeah, I'll go with that one. But yeah, doing stuff that makes you feel a bit vulnerable, I think is good for them. Mm-hmm. Good for the ego. Even though, yeah, I think that's a nice arrangement that we have right now. As far as if I am singing down the phone and whatnot, I don't see anything really other than a few animal emojis. Whereas you get to actually speak to people, and you have you're courteous enough to ask them questions and answer their questions. So, cheers, girls.
Well, speaking about big emotions, is there which songs make you feel happiest when you perform them?
Which what? Sorry, say that again.
Which songs make you feel happiest when you're performing?
They all do. I love them all. They're all good. Hey.
Even the sad ones?
Yeah, because it just reminds me, like, it takes you so, even more so, maybe. It's also like, there's a constant sense of nothing's good enough, really. It doesn't matter how many people say they like it or dislike it, never good enough. But I'm really happy with that one particularly, because I've got so many ditties and so many little, like, 1 minute knick-knacks and whiff-woofers, that to have a finished one feels really good. But at the same time, I've never played with a band before. I've never done anything live like that, so I would love to do with a little band. It'd be so much fun. I do plan on this little tour that we've been talking about all these years, but I figure 2022 is probably an appropriate year to do it, no?
Absolutely.
I think so.
22nd of February 2022, 2:22 p.m. I'll be there.
There you go.
I think that sounds perfect.
Right.
All right, so speaking of emotions, we know you get happy, but do you ever get nervous when you're going to play a song for the first time? Like when you get on your lives or anything like that? How nervous do you get?
It's got progressively worse, actually, that. Well, I say that. Maybe you can help me out. Not progressively worse. I definitely used to just turn the thing on and see what happens a lot more. It's only when I started to look back at at some of the videos that I left up. There's like, if you are watching it as a fan or whatever, a week later, there's like a minute or even a minute and a half at the beginning of just some guy go, hello, some flag, and yes. And it's like, get on with it, you prick. You don't want to hear it all day. So I'm conscious now to try and keep them shorter and not do like half an hour ones, just try to cut them into little pieces. And also not to waffle on too much. You can waffle in the middle of songs, but not before the first one. So I try to make sure that I know what the monkeys I'm doing before the first one. I'm also trying to I really care about I'm starting to care a lot more about the quality of it. I'm trying to use all these bloody microphones that end up turning into fucking crackly whistling nonsense. I need a live producer, really. But, yeah, I do get nervous. If I think about it, then I forget things when I'm live at cons. I definitely have fudged a few songs completely. But mostly speaking, once the ball's rolling, I'm okay.
Do you feel better like doing it like just on the live with
Don't know.
like with just you, or is it better with the audience so that you can at least feed off them?
That's a good question. I don't know. So the one thing that I remember some of them doing a couple of times playing YoOHoO, and because it's like one of those ones that people feel they want to clap along, I think, and then they would start clapping, and half the room would be happy clapping to one tempo, and the other one is doing it to another one. So I'll be in my own groove. And I'll follow them and go, you, in my head, I'm like, please stop clapping. I can't hear a fucking thing.
When I was in the marching band in high school, we called our fans the upbeats because by the time the sound got to the stands, they were already on the upbeat instead of the down. And it's so hard to get used to that. Idea. Yeah, so, yeah.
So, no, what are you doing? But no, unquestionably live with real people. Yeah, I think I've been spoiled, haven't I, to the hilt, because most of my live performances have been with a crowd that has been locked into a convention center. I'm not allowed to leave. If you're going to ask me a question about Potter, then you will listen to my songs.
Could you say scared, Potter?
Now?
No, that's the question you get every convention. It doesn't matter.
I've got into it quite a lot. You know what I like saying now? I like saying pot of tea. Can we sit down for a pot of tea? I also think...
will your father hear about this?
Yes, my favourite spell is whatever your one is, alright? What was I thinking of that? Yeah, there's a lyric that I just changed by accident, really. What's it from? These eyes, something between us. Yeah, and then it is. She's not digging for the pot of gold. It gets me excited like the thought of Christmas to a 5-year-old. So now I changed it to. She's not digging for the Potter gold, as in the money we made from Potter, and I get to say Potter in the song, so happy days.
How does it feel to hear a finished song for the first time?
To hear a finished song? Mm-hmm. I never think they're finished. I've got a couple more that I've just done in LA, and they're not mixed and nothing. They're just literally the raw bare bones of it all. But yeah, how do I say that? Yeah, I like my own stuff. I do like to listen to my own stuff. Like not the stuff that I've just released so much, but like stuff that I'm working on. I do get very excited to show people, which I try to resist because I know showing someone like the the blueprints is probably not a good idea versus the final thing. But yeah, like I've never watched my own films pretty much, but I've listened to my music quite a lot. That sounds terrible.
You have to.
I think you have to. Or how do you make it better if you don't ever listen to it?
Yeah, it's not
Well,
like
yeah,
you're
and also,
editing the film.
yeah, I agree. I mean, the other side of it though as well is that the films, they're out of my hand. I'm hired as a chess piece, a very handsome chess piece, and they move me around. They move me around the table how they want me to. And also, even if I have a strategy and it's a good strategy, he may still move the piece in a different direction when it comes to editing it. So like, I've let go a long time ago of like what the performance actually looks like and feels like, and what the film is, because it's got very little to do with me really. As long as I do my bit, do my best, then it's up to them. The music is it's purely mine, so it's like it has to be to a very high degree, I feel. But the reason why that's not the right way is because then you get so precious that you never end up giving anything away. Whereas I don't know why I use John Mayer as an example, but I'm sure he listens back to maybe some of his first stuff and goes, "Wasn't that shit?" Actually, that's a lie because his first albums were great. But you know what I mean. Artists go back and go, "That sucked." Like, you know, even you know, a cartoonist, I'm sure they would look back at their early sketches and go, "Well, that shit." But in reality, is you have to embrace the fact that you look forward to looking back and going, "Fuck it, now that was crap." That way you can move on.
I have that with my teaching of art as well too. Like, one of my big rules is that you're not allowed to tear pages out of your art book, because you've got to be able to see where you've come from. And if you tear it out, you forget all of the hard work that you put in to get where you are.
Exactly, and also by allowing yourself to do that, you continue. You just keep ripping the pages out. You know, it's just kind of a similar thing with these notes on my phone. It's like, if you just finished it, doesn't even matter how crap it is, just sort of stick through. There's nothing I could recommend more for like a young artist or anyone trying to learn the ukulele or the guitar or the piano. Don't learn the first verse and a little bit of the chorus and then leave it, because that's basically, I've learned 1,000 songs in the last 5 years, none of which I can remember because I never really. It's better to learn one song properly, or to finish one piece of art off properly. Even doesn't matter how shit it is, but just learn it and then, or do it, and then you can sort of move on. I've very much got into the rhythm of, I hear a song. Last time that we had this conversation, pretty sure now Laurie and Betsy were drunk. You know.
Yeah.
That was fun. But yeah, so I know the first verse and the first chorus of that. I don't know the rest of it. So and the same for You Got a Friend of Me. I hadn't really got any further than where I got to on that one. So yeah, I highly recommend finishing it off, even if it's crap.
Okay, my next question for you is: are most of your songs based on real life experiences? Not
really. That's a lie. Yeah, they are, but I like to put sort of characters in their places as well. I spoke to my good buddy Ed Sheeran the other day about this, because some of his songs are very much drop. Oh, wait a sec. Sorry. Sorry. Can I just dropped my name. Can I just get something there? Oh, there he is. Hello, Ed. How you doing? So yeah, he just popped round. No, it wasn't that at all. No, it was a while ago, to be fair. It was a long time ago. I was actually asking just about, like, thinking that every single lyric was referencing to something in his life. And it's like, in some ways or other it is, but it could be a perspective from a friend of his, it could be a perspective from a character. So I kind of do that quite a bit. I suppose Fairies and Feathers is more like my personal opinion at that time, and I make it let's make it as defined as possible. Whereas, boy, how'd you dream so big? My mum never asked me that question. She was just like, oh, you get some more rest. And I think someone else said to me, God, you dream big. And I was like, well, I don't sleep much. And I was like, hang on, how do you dream so big if you barely sleep at all? So that was never really asked, but it was my mum saying, for Christ's sake, Tom, get some rest.
You missed it before because you were late. but we had a whole conversation about you and how you never sleep.
I feel there's too much to live for. And I know that's not gonna work, and it doesn't serve me well sometimes. In fact, you thought I was late today. My brother's 40th birthday yesterday. It's 40th. It's the 13th Felton Cricket Cup that we've had. We talked all day Saturday about the format, who's coming, who's playing, yada 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 yada. And it was like, right, 9:30 breakfast, 9:30 to 10:30 breakfast. Yep, sweet. And then at 10:30 we're gonna go to the nets. We're gonna practice for an hour. 12 o'clock we'll get the first game started. Militantly planned. And bear in mind, I love my brother very much. He's the one that chaperoned me for most of Potter. He's the one that got me into like music, rapping, dogs, outdoors. He gave me so many passions of my life, which I'm incredibly grateful for. Alas, you get a phone call at 12 o'clock saying, "Are you close?" Huh?
You're the member of the family that they tell you things 3 hours before that start 3 hours before.
Luckily, on this occasion, you were right. Luckily, that was the case, but it was purely because I hadn't slept the night before coming back from another flight, and I was too excited for the next day. But then that night I came back from Hamilton. I think it was like emotionally draining as hell, and then I just sat and read and recorded and tried to stop doing work for a bit and start like having fun with my instruments and stuff again, and then that went on till 4 in the morning, so guilty as charged.
Yeah, we said there's our time zones and then there's Tom's time zone.
Yeah, but it doesn't come out of arrogance. I'm not thinking like I'm so everyone you can wait for me. It's more a case of like I'm an idiot and I get caught up in the moment so much that but I don't plan on changing too much. Yes.
So how do you, when you're on set or when you are like working, how do you make yourself get up to make call times?
I have 3 assistants.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
He has to have somebody that is that person.
You're 1. You're 2. No, believe it or not, I mean, you see the more frivolous, funny side of me. I'm actually incredibly professional when it comes to shit like that. And weirdly enough, I've become the old guy on set. As far as like, I'm the veteran. I'm the one that spent the most time on set, even to people that are older than me. So, I have my own sort of professional, being late for my brother's 40th birthday. Meh. Being late for a day's filming. Oh no, please. I hate that. The idea of other artists waiting on me is unheard of. Also, I've grown up like that. I've grown up in a way where we get a call sheet every day. You get a piece of paper which derelicts you to a number or relates you to a number, 6 in my case for Potter. And it will tell you number 6 has to be here at this time with this scene, with these words and this costume, etc., etc. So I love at night going through the scenes before that scene and the scenes after it and go, right, where is he in this little journey? Granted, I never did it with Draco; they did that for me. But for other roles and stuff like that, I love being. They also give you. Call sheets are done in increments of 6 minutes. So you'll be picked up at 7:42, and we need you in hair and makeup at 8:12, and you'll be on set by 8:30, whatever, with all these lines done. That surprisingly works very well for my discipline.
Why do you think that your family needs to give you a call sheet the night before?
Yes. That's what we need next time. We're going to call sheet him.
Yep. You fucked up. You fucked up. I should have called you.
You fucked up because now we know. It only took us 12 years.
And you can be number 4 on our time. 6 to 4.
Oh crap! There's still 10% now.
You're good, 10%. No, it'll be good.
All right, we're good. We've only got like 15 minutes left anyway. All right. What is there a meaning, and what is it, if there is one, to the upper and lowercase letters in the titles?
absolutely classic Felton. Just did it by accident, I think, and then thought, I don't know. For some reason, I really like it. I've got a feeling that like it hasn't been done before. Or we're starting something new. And then someone asked me the other day, were you aware that there's 22 uppercase letters? If you add them all up out of the, I was like, fucking hell, I had no idea. So there you go. It's working in mysterious ways.
That's your subconscious automatically making 22 every day.
Do you like it or not? Is it a bit crap?
No, I like it. I think it's fun.
Cool. I was hoping that would help distinguish.
No,
I think it's very you. It's very you, though.
Okay, she reads it and starts shaking like. What are you doing, you grammatic idiot? Don't you know how the English language works? You formed the bloody.
I'm going to say you are English, shouldn't you know this?
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Great. Is there a singer you'd like to duet with in the future?
Yeah, I guess that'd be fun, wouldn't it? There's loads of my friends, as in not name dropping friends, but just like other friends that are beautiful singers. In fact, there's a few even on the record. On Lost and Dream On, there was a lady called Kate Main on both of those songs. She played the upright bass, and she sings some of the harmonies for I've been lost, but now I'm lost. And this lady's on a few of them. Yeah, so Kate Main is the costume designer from The Flash. She was the reason that I started playing she let me join her bluegrass band for a few months while I was playing there, which is where I went to the cafe to play, terribly, I might say. I always forget the chord progressions, which is where I met Derek. That's when Derek was like, yeah. So it all came full circle, really. And Derek's obviously on all of the record. The diddle-diddle. That's him. So yeah, it's kind of cool having like friends like that to do duets with. Otherwise, I don't know if I can pick someone that's well known. It'd be kind of cool, I don't know, just to do a song with like some huge artist, you know, like an Ariana Grande or someone that I have no affiliation with their type of music, and they don't really have any sort of. I feel like that would make it good, it would be good musical music. I like the idea of writing a back and forth song. I love the idea of the guy saying, "Fuck it, I quit. Yeah, love the girls, giving up on it." And then there's a scene where the lad's coming in, nothing now, anything, yeah, anyone. And then he sees the girl, and she came along. What you saying, bro? And she came, and coming together like. I like that idea. So it'd be fun to do a song like that with a popular artist of today. Is Ariana still in is she still in the game? I'm not Mr. Current Affairs.
Willow, Slytherin, Ariana Grande.
Well, that's why I thought it'd be a good mix. Let's make it happen, girls.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll get right on that.
Yeah, give us the phone number and we'll get
Go for it.
So I have a couple of questions about what time of the day are you most inspired to play music? Is it at 4 a.m.?
Possibly. I've got to the stage where I've given up on time zones a bit. I find.
Sometime.
Hello. Who was that?
Ignore the plane in the background.
It's a fan. It's a fan. Hello, I'm here. You've got your own jet.
In airport.
Wow, you got your own jet. What was I rambling on about? Sorry.
Time of day that you are most creative.
Oh yeah, it would be evening for me really. Although, yeah, I'm always inspired to do it. There's just always other shit that I have to do, and I'm trying to stop that. I've recognised, and you must have seen this. Hence the reason it's been so bloody difficult to have this little catch up. But the last year has sort of really been, mental for everyone. But I seem to have been involved in a lot more things that I wasn't simply involved in, which gave me a lot more time to piss about. Whereas now, sort of been on like this treadmill, this glorious treadmill, this treadmill made out of gold. No, I mean that would be no good. Just something that's like, it's been a really, really fun adventure, but quite knackering at the same time. So I'm kind of like ready to go back. That's why the lives were great. I remember when I first started shooting in Cape Town, every morning I'd wake up and I'd do a live and just do a little song or something, and that just set me up for the day. I'd be happy. I suppose it's like your morning meditation or your morning coffee or whatever. I'd be good to go after that. But mostly now, yeah, it would be evening, especially with Derek. Go out with him for a few beers. We come back. He thinks he's John Mayer, and I think I'm John Lennon, and we claim to write brilliant music. But yeah, all times of the day, I say.
Love it. Would you ever consider making a music video for any of your songs? Like an actual video? What?
I do have a video. When I was in Cayman Islands, I did this isn't a music video, this is me just playing live. But we wrapped a day early, and I managed to convince the sound guy to record me with his cool sound chip, and one of the cameramen to film it, and then like match them together via the art of digital editing, which I have not figured out yet. So in fact, I may be passing that on to you as another side project there, ladies. I would love to do one. How would you? My idea is to do like a sort of black and white Jack Johnson-esque one, where it is just one recording, and you just sort of cut through different angles. But can you see a video? Maybe that's a good question to ask the world of Felt fans. Is like, what would a video of YoOHoO look like, or even Lost Her? I don't really know. All ideas welcome.
I mean, I feel like personally, YoOHoO would have to like really be very campy and out on the street, and like, I mean, I don't think you would want to do YoOHoO just you sitting there recording playing. It would have to be like you'd have to act out what's happening.
Yeah. And even we did one I will send you, because I'm pretty happy with the sound of it. Recording was Some Kind of Day. Everything went Tom's way. I did a really nice recording, but I was just leaning against a log. I mean, the lake is behind, so the sea's behind, so it looks pretty, but it's fucking boring. So it's 3 minutes of me just standing there like a lemon. So yeah, but I think I would rather do is like microphone me up and walk down the Venice Boardwalk or whatever, and actually play it live. I can't see me like structuring like here, playback, and me walking along or whatever. I just can't see it happening. But then again, a good director, if they come to me and said, I was asking again, my friend Ed, I was asking her about the Bad Habits video. I was like, who the hell brought that to you? And I'm not sure if you've seen it, but you know, he sort of plays this sort of demonic vampire-esque creature during the day. It's wild. It's not the sort of thing that I expected Ed to be doing. And he was like, yeah, I kind of got into the idea of it and went with it. And I think it's really fucking good, really bloody good. So again, anyone out there that's got some pretty batshit crazy ideas, bring them to me.
Well, you know, batshit crazy. That's us.
I'm relying on you, girls.
Heard it here first.
I'm out of questions, so.
Oh. Well, you got anything
on my list? But I want to know, are we going to get more new music soon?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to say yes, because every time I say yes, I let you down. But yeah, I am. Hey,
you haven't let us down at the moment. We're in a good place. There's new music.
We are in a good place.
Yay. Okay, I just have one last question, and then you can sing us out. How about that?
Okay,
so the question is, when did you first start making music and writing your own music?
Very young. This is my brother, Chris. He got me into, what's it, my first 5 CDs. I mean, there's a little stage before that. I remember Spice Girls. Definitely bought a CD of them. Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away. I don't know what year that came out, but I was in Malaysia, I think, buying that. Well, my brother bought me that, rather. I didn't. But the first time I really got into it was probably, must have been, it's hard to believe, but like 11, 12. That's when my brother started playing hardcore West Coast gangster rap. And we used to roll around in his car thinking that we were bad boys. It was good for the character, really. Good for mouthful. So then after that, yeah, I bought like 5 CDs from HMV, and they were all even further hardcore. It was Terror Squad, it was Ja Rule, a couple of Tupac albums, and Eminem and Dre, etc., etc. So that sort of started it all off, really. I think from then I started making beats almost immediately afterwards. In fact, the only reason I'm playing guitar now is because of the beats. I was in South Africa for my 18th birthday, and I heard it. And I was like, that's great for a sample, because like a lot of the songs that you've heard of me rapping, they have just the same sample repeated over and over and over again. In case you didn't realize. So all I'm doing is just stealing the first 4 bars of an instrumental, looping it, and then whacking on my own percussion and bass. So when I realized that I could come up with my own, like this is one of the first samples I ever stole. Jack Johnson's song. There's traffic in the sky and it doesn't seem to be getting much better. This kids are playing games on the paper, and I sped it up to like, and put some big beat behind it. So that started that off, and then I was looking for rappers to go over my music, and I couldn't find any, so I just decided to start writing. And I want to say probably the best stuff I wrote was still back then, because it was very, very new and liberating. So yeah, I have so much of that stuff, which is cool. Which I hope. I think that gets me going at the end of Hamilton, when there's like, who lives, who does, who tells your story, and she's like, she writes herself back in the narrative, and she spends the next years publishing all of his stuff, interviewing people they work with. So as and when the horde of boxes of shit come out and they go, burn it all, I'll allow you ladies to keep it going.
We would diligently type it up for you.
Yay! About time.
Who tells your story?
Yeah. Yes, you do. You do. And then that, this is a nice way of wrapping up, I suppose. It's no joke. I think we've all, the last year, have been exposed to some other like toxic part of fans and whatnot more than ever, because you've made me so bloody recognizable, or the message has gone from 5 million to 10 million followers like almost within a year, whatever it was, and there has been like a lot of, well, I've been aware of a lot more like poisonous parts of the world, not our world, but just the world that is like being fans, like even fans fighting with other fans. Like, that's never existed within my community of fans. Well, if it has, it's not been to the sense where it's not worth doing anymore. Where I think, yeah, I want to say thank you for being resilient enough to know that the 999 people that do get a smile out of it outweigh the one that wants to bitch and moan tenfold, even though it doesn't feel it. Well, not tenfold, 100-fold. I'm sure. Where's the teacher in the room? Yeah. Yeah. So it's something that I'm trying to constantly remind myself of. It's not so much I get nervous before live. I just think, I don't want this. What's the point? I get a bit like that. I'm like, I get a bit meh. And then all it takes is that one little comment or thing. That's just why I've loved Cameo so much as well, because it's sort of created a bit more of a safe space where people can say, I'm not feeling very good right now, or I'm not. And again, it's all very early days, but creating a community of people that can actually be passionate about something and help lift spirits. Surely that's what it's all about. That's what cons were about. It was all about going, oh my god, this is a bit nerve-wracking, and then going, oh my god, yes, there's a bunch of people that are like-minded. So thank you.
I think it's super helpful that you are very vocal about mental health issues, because that is, I mean, everybody is experiencing mental health issues at this point to some extent. And I think because they see somebody who is, successful and well-known and talented and attractive and all the things that are supposed to make everything great, and you still struggle too. And I think that it shows a lot of people that they're okay, that it's okay if they struggle and that they can reach out to people. And I think that that's it's one of the things I love the most about you, is that you've never really shied away from putting your vulnerable parts out there. And I think it goes a long way to letting fans somewhat know you, but also know that they're okay if they feel the same way.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. That's not, when I have those moments of bravery or whatever, they're great. But there's plenty of moments where it's the opposite, where I go like, I can't handle people asking me, or messaging me saying them. There are people that have the worst case scenarios you've ever heard in your life. How does it make you feel if you're sitting down miserable and you're complaining about what exactly? Nothing. You have nothing to moan about. You just feel a bit despondent, or whatever the reason is that these things come up in our heads. It makes you feel even more like a piece of shit, because you're like, this person's staying positive and they're going through the runs, and I am literally lying here on a couch and just sort of moping around. So,
But we all have those feelings. I mean, everybody has those days. And I think it's good to show that, there are some days where I can't handle your issues too, because I have my own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think self-love is the first thing. I literally think you cannot help, you cannot love, you cannot do anything until you do a little bit of that yourself. You got to like the person you are. You got to be proud of the things that you're achieving. I mean, how many 5Ks or charity Ks have you done now, Laurie, over the last? I've lost count. How many?
I've kind of fallen off of it in the last 2 months, but I did 14 last year.
Well, there you go. Also, by the way, this is the classic modern day mind: is that it will jump to the bad bit first. That's just like the media. I think they trained us to do that, bastards. But yeah, I mean, by setting yourself the goal or whatever and actually achieving it is like, that's the first step, I think. Yeah. And then after that, and it sounds like a catchphrase, and it sort of is, but the only currency we have is the effect we have on others. Like, if I make your life bad in any way whatsoever, purposefully, then I'm gonna feel shit at some point or other. Whereas I'm sure you've lost count of the fans that all three of you have interacted separately or as a team that have probably changed their lives from misery to comfort. And I think if we can do that together, then we should be like a superhero team.
Felt Force.
Look, we already have a name for that.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
All right, well, I hate to cut us short, but you want to sing us out?
Sure. So with just a few fans around the world, Feltbeats now will talk to Felt Girl. It's been now 13 years, and I will not go till I am in tears. I don't know. No, I don't. No. Should be here. It is. You hit the ground running. There's pebbles in your shoes. You just shook them all out. 'Cause I want nothing. Oh, I want nothing more than to smile at you. Meow. So with just a few fans that are cool, maybe I will start writing my lyrics down so I don't forget them now. Smile as long as I feel, and somehow I know it's been 13 years. Probably going to be another 13 years before we go. I'd just like to say thank
Thanks for
Thank you,
meeting
girls.
with us.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time.
Everybody have
Thanks
a-
for waiting for me.
And your phone didn't die.
Yay! Let's see what I'm on. I'm on 5%. I'm on 5%.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
for a quick live. I'm going live. Let's do it. Switch to the bit.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, girls. Thank you.